Hello, wonderful people of the internet. Sophia here, bringing you delicious food that is good for both you and the planet. We have a new little kitty. Meet Lightning, another adopted stray from the shelter. She is very playful and curious, and she's getting more and more cuddly as she feels safer. To celebrate her debut on the channel, we're doing a special lunch treat today. A few years back, before the pandemic, I was fortunate enough to travel to Japan. There, I was captivated by all the delicious food available, so different from what I was used to from back home. Even the mayonnaise was different. Another thing that fascinated me was that you could get full meals and decently healthy snacks at any 7-Eleven at very reasonable prices. One of those meals became a new favorite for me, the onigiri, a rice triangle stuffed with a variety of fillings, wrapped in nori or seaweed. As today was a calm, sunny Saturday, I decided to make some onigiri and share this recipe with you. I hope you enjoy them as much as I did. To start, we first cook our rice. I'm using a rice cooker, but you can cook your rice regular too. The most important part is that you use sushi rice or other short grain rice like risotto rice to get the stickiness right. Although this meal has quite a lot of carbs from the rice, even white rice is still lower processed than, for example, pasta, and it offers both vitamins and some minerals to the meal. And also, carbs are energy, and you do need energy during a long and active day. While your rice cooks, begin preparing your fillings. I am making 3 different types of onigiri today, starting with the tuna mayo filling. Here we have a box of canned tuna, ASC certified, of course. We want to take care of life in the ocean, which I combine with a bit of Japanese style mayo, soy sauce and Sriracha sauce to taste. I also added in a bit of chopped spring onions afterwards for some crunch, and I definitely recommend that. The second filling is with some fresh salmon. I'm keeping this one very simple. I'm dicing it raw and then marinating with some lime juice, soy sauce, and Norwegian grated seaweed flakes. The lime juice helps kind of cook the fish a bit, so it can keep a little while in room temperature. Of course, salmon is full of omega-3 healthy fatty acids, so that's a beautiful addition to our lunch. My final filling is a mix of leftover mushrooms from last night's dinner and my homemade kimchi. I recommend using whatever seasoned vegetables you feel like if you want a third vegetarian filling but don't have those kind of things at hand. Kimchi is great because it has probiotics in it, therefore contributing to a healthy gut bacteria. And the mushrooms are just great for the umami taste. By now my rice was done, so I added some leftover rice to the hot rice to reheat it a bit, before seasoning the rice with a bit of salt and this wonderful seaweed seasoning. They make it in northern Norway. And I want to give a shout out to the ladies who run this Lofoten seaweed for making delicious, sustainable and versatile seasoning. No product placement, I'm just a fan. Finally, we have our nori sheets. I like to crisp them up a bit so they're not so chewy, and the way I do it is to quickly pass them a couple of times over a hot plate on the stove. I saw a man do the same with a traditional grill on a documentary once, and I think it makes the nori so yummy when it crisps up a little bit. Nori or seaweed has a lot of iodine, so you shouldn't eat too much seaweed in a day. But having a little bit in your diet is really helpful, especially for young women of childbearing age, because iodine deficiency can contribute to illnesses in the baby. Okay, now it's time to shape the onigiri. I used a piece of plastic film to shape the onigiri, which I thought worked really well. To assemble the onigiri, we first place a small mound of rice in the middle of the film. Then we spoon a bit of our filling on top, before we place a little rice on top of that again. Then wrap the whole thing up with a film from the sides and bottom, like so, and then squeeze it all together into a nice chunky triangle, making sure that the rice embraces all sides of the filling well. Then take a piece of nori and wrap it up, gluing the edges of the sheet together with a couple of squished rice grains. And voila! The first ones are never very pretty, as with everything else, but as we go along, we improve. A tip is also to either wash the stickiness from the rice off your hands between each onigiri, or use plastic gloves as well, or the rice will get everywhere on your seaweed sheet, and that doesn't look pretty. Because I'm posting this on YouTube, I am now shaping some extra pretty ones for the pictures. You can do them this way as well if you want less seaweed on your onigiri. Look how cute they look. They're straight out of an anime or manga. Maybe you've seen Pokemon or Spirited Away where they eat onigiri. And that's it, people. Super simple, super delicious comfort food that isn't too unhealthy and very versatile. Bring them for a picnic or in a packed lunch, have as a snack during a busy day, or just enjoy as a nice weekend lunch as we did. Now get cooking, enjoy, and take care.